We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network. The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. Alrighty, good morning everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Sunday. Hope your Sunday is starting out well. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio station at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in Las Vegas, and the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. So we welcome you to the show, watching us on YouTube and listening to us as well, as you are possibly, if you're running around town, on our local anchor radio station, Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM. And, of course, our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas, .world, .global, iPhone, Android, and Google phone with your apps. If you want to listen to us only, just download the KSHP app. You can listen through the radio station. Of course, if you want to see and hear us, you can download the YouTube app for your device. And anywhere you get your podcasting as well. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever, welcome to your Sunday Race Day Las Vegas radio program. Very interesting day of activities and results yesterday, and we're going to get to those in just a moment. But today, here at the Race Day Show, we have declared today as an instant horse player holiday. This is a horse player's holiday today because we have mandatory payouts in all of the pools at Belmont and Aqueduct, because come Thursday, they'll be up at Saratoga for a week over the 4th of July weekend. So they're going to do a mandatory there today at Belmont at Aqueduct. You have, of course, a mandatory payoff at Gulfstream Park, their usual Sunday deal going on there. So they have a mandatory payoff in their jackpot. And then, of course, the big kahuna, the Pick 6 jackpot at Churchill Downs. Now, Churchill Downs closes today. Next week, they'll be going over to Ellis Park. So the Pick 6 jackpot, the money sitting in the jackpot right now before all the other money gets piled into it. And remember, they put that all together, one big pile. And the best tickets will chop it up equally. It all goes out the door. $1,413,928. I will repeat that. 1,413,928. That's the money sitting in there now before the millions of dollars goes into it today, trying to hit that Pick 6. Because no matter what happens, the best tickets of those 6 races will chop up all of the money. Okay? Now, it's almost guaranteed they'll have 6s. But for some strange full moon way there isn't, the best tickets will chop it up. All right, so this is a mandatory Pick 6 jackpot payoff today at Churchill Downs. So those are the jackpots out there that are mandatory payoffs. It is an instant horse player holiday, for sure. And I want to congratulate John Lindo. He had a big day yesterday. He gave us a couple of winners on the show. And his sheets. Remember, I keep telling you, come on down to the South Point. Grab John Lindo's sheets. It's free. It's the only place in this gaming capital that you can get the Lindo Report free of charge, because they love horse players here. And if you're not playing the horses here and getting the Lindo Report, you're missing the boat. Because yesterday, his suggested Pick 4 at Churchill Downs won, paying over $1,000. His suggested Pick 4 at Los Alamitos won, and even though there were a lot of favorites, it paid $175. It's on his sheets here at the South Point. So congratulations, John Lindo. He did a good job. And as we said, today is closing day at Churchill Downs. They'll move over to Ellis Park next week. Belmont at Aqueduct moves up to Saratoga for the 4th of July weekend. It'll start on Thursday. It'll go through Thursday, then 4th of July, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they're going to take a break. And then they come back with the real Saratoga meet that starts on the 10th of July. Now, remember, we're at the very end of June right now. So that'll happen there. And, of course, we have the Southern California racing right now at Los Alamitos. That'll go through the 4th of July weekend. And then they're going to be heading south to Del Mar as well. So we're on the cusp of all that transition happening. And it's going to be a big Sunday horse player holiday today, that's for sure. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. We begin with Churchill Downs. First race, Churchill Downs. Jose Ortiz, Steve Asmussen got together, $7.04 for the win there. They came back, right back in the second race. So it was an Ortiz-Asmussen early double there at Churchill Downs. Their second win together in the second race paid $15.36. Then Jose Ortiz got his third in the first 3 races. In the third race, winning that for Sherry DeVoe in her first win of the day, paying $23.90. So the 50-cent all Jose Ortiz Pick 3 yesterday at Churchill paid $162.29. And he wasn't done. They went to the fourth race. He won that too. So Jose Ortiz wins the first 4 races in a row at Churchill Downs. That one for leading trainer Joe Sharp, paying $5.88. Flavien Prat got in the groove in the 5th race. He wins his first winner of the day for Mike Maker, paying $12.16. Brian Hernandez got his mojo started with his first winner in the 6th race for Dallas Stewart, paying $16.38. And then came the 6 consecutive stakes races for the All Stakes Pick 6. The first one was the Fleur-de-Lis at a mile and a way for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, I should say. This race had the reigning horse of the year, Torpedo Anna, in it. Remember that she got beaten in her last race. So this was a gut check for Torpedo Anna for this year's run for the horse of the year. Well, she disposed of the field in the Fleur-de-Lis with relative ease. Torpedo Anna wins it for Kenny McPeak and Brian Hernandez's second win and pays $2.70 for the win, outrunning Royal Spa, who was gallant in her effort to challenge Torpedo Anna through most of the race. She held for second. Text finished a distant third. Then we went to the Teppan Stakes on the turf for 3-year-old fillies at a mile. There, Lush Lips won with convincing authority. Lush Lips just off the pace to win. Flavien Prat, second win of the day for Brendan Walsh, paying $5.24 as the favorite, outrunning Princess Attitude and Vixen, who was the other horse that was bet in the race. Then we get to the Kelly's Landing. That's the 9th race, where Booth was the big favorite there. Booth went and roared right to the lead, and believe it or not, was mostly uncontested on that lead for most of the way, but came up empty at the top of the stretch. Roll on Big Joe did just that. He rolled on and got the lead and never turned back from there. Julien Leperoux aboard for Roll on Big Joe's win in the Kelly's Landing. Bob Hess Jr., the trainer there, $11.90, the win payoff. Dr. Veckman picked up the chase second. He had a rough trip through the stretch. He was trying to go down the rail, couldn't get there, then tried to get to the outside, but he was a clear-cut second in the race. Finishing third was Durante. Booth off the board. Then the Wise Dan on the turf for 4-year-olds and up. In this race, Brilliant Birdie was brilliant again. Brilliant Birdie giving Brian Hernandez his 3rd win of the day, Sherry DeVoe's 2nd win of the day, paying $6.08 to win, outrunning Sherry DeVoe's other entrant who finished 2nd in the race, which is Taking Candy, and Laganos finished 3rd in the Wise Dan. Then came the big race, the $1 million Grade 1 Stephen Foster. In this race, it looked like nobody, when they opened the gate, it looked like nobody wanted the lead because it was kind of a race with, we were wondering who was going to be on the pace there. But no matter what happened, First Mission went out to contest the lead along with Mindframe was out there too. But in the end, at the top of the stretch, Mindframe kicked it in, and Mindframe won in a solid effort in the Stephen Foster Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard the Todd Pletcher trainee for the Rapoli stables and paid $5.76. You remember that John Lindo and myself and several other handicappers really thought Mindframe was the horse to get the win there in a very competitive race. Mindframe, $5.76, was bet down as the favorite for most of the betting period, too. Finishing second was Sierra Leone. Now, Sierra Leone loomed at the top of the stretch, couldn't really finish it off, but dropped back to third and then came back to finish second. And finishing third in the race was the horse that was close to the early pace throughout, First Mission. And Mystic Dan, the Kentucky Derby winner, he finished 4th in the Stephen Foster, the winner, Mindframe. And then finally, the American Derby, the last race on the card, 3-year-olds on the turf. The winner there was Minaret Station. Christian Torres for William Walden, paying $7.44, outrunning Native Runner, and Freedom's Not Free, who finished 3rd. So, if you laid out the $48 in the suggested late pick 4 that John Lindo had on his sheet yesterday for Churchill Downs, that payoff $1,186.59. Good hit there. Pick 6, that only paid $681.55. Remember, it's a 20-cent base bet. And the carryover, as I say, $1,413,928 today. And that money has got to go out the door today at Churchill Downs. Los Alamitos yesterday had a couple of carryovers. You remember the Pick 5 carryover, $114,000. The first race winner paid $1,280. The second race winner paid $580. Then you had a $420 winner and a $920 winner, and the fifth race paid $1040. Nothing outlandish, but because of the extra money in the carryover, the 50-cent Pick 5 paid $633. And, of course, John Lindo came with a winner for us in the sixth race with Awesome Rhythm. Leonard Powell and Armando Ayuso got together for that win. That was Ayuso's second win of the day, by the way, paying $8 even. So congratulations, John, there. And then in the seventh race, William Anton Georgi won with Sean McCarthy's Grand Slam Smile, paying $6 even. Grand Slam Smile is a 5-time stakes winner. It came off the shelf and won that race in solid fashion, the seventh race there yesterday at Los Al. And, of course, the Los Alamitos Derby, it was all about Bob Baffert. It looked like an afternoon workout. In the end, Nevada Beach won the race easily under Juan Hernandez, paying $2.80 as the big favorite. But he ran the mile and 1/8 in a very good time of 1:47.59. Finishing second was the other Baffert trainee, Varney, and Rank finished third in the race. That's how it went to give Bob Baffert his 9th straight Los Alamitos Derby. And are you ready for this? Overall, he's won this race 15 times. Might as well call it the Bob Baffert Derby. Last race winner for Peter Urton paid $10.60 with the Tiago Piero aboard. John Lindo suggested late pick 4 on his sheet for $24 layout. The dollar pick 4 paid $175.70. Pick 6 paid $8,586.60. Big day at Woodbine yesterday. The King's Plate Prep, the Marine Stakes, was won by Mancetti for Pedro Moran, paid $12.80, trained by Kevin Attard. Scorching was second, and Magaloon was third. In the Celine Stakes, Serendipity wins that for Rafael Hernandez and Josie Carroll, $7.90, outrunning Tis Her Money and Something About Her, who finished third. In the Highlander Stakes at 6 furlongs on the turf, Patches O'Houlihan, the defending Canadian Horse of the Year, went right for the lead. Turning for home started to bear out, and trainee and jockey Sophie Vives was having a hard time keeping this horse straight. And then coming down the stretch, the horse kept bearing out and almost looked like he was trying to get to the winner's circle before the end of the race. He went way out in the middle of the track, but she kept to her task on the favorite, Patches O'Houlihan, and he won in a driving finish over My Boy Prince, way out in the middle of the track, paying $3.60 for the win. Finishing third was Dresden Rowe. Now, this was his 13th winner out of 16 starts, but it was obvious that something was wrong with this horse when he bore out like that. Later on, it was divulged that he got injured in the race, has a soft tissue injury in the race. He's resting comfortably now in his stall, but that injury happened in the race, and that's why he bore out, I believe. Anyhow, the time of the race on the 6 furlongs on the turf, 1 minute 8 and 39/100. Big win there by Patches O'Houlihan, and they say he's doing okay now. The Dominion Day was the next race on the card. The Funtastic again wins that. Guess who rode him? Victor Espinoza from Southern California goes up and rides Funtastic again at Woodbine in Canada for Wesley Ward and gets the win going gate to wire. $9.60 there, outrunning Stanley's House and finishing third in the race. Stanley's House, and finishing third in the race was Bayless Out. And finally, in the Nassau, the final stakes race on the card, the winner there was Ocean Club. Going wire to wire in that run, Sophie Vives gets her second stakes win there aboard Ocean Club for Tom Proctor, paying $27.80 at Woodbine. Belmont at Aqueduct. Ricardo Santana got his first win of the day in the first at Aqueduct for Bruce Levine, paying $7.60. Kendrick Carmouche got his first win of the day in the second race for Mike Maker, paying $9.20. Manny Franco got his first win of the day for Miguel Clement in the Ashley T. Cole Stakes, which was the third on the card on Senbei. That horse paid $4.90, outrunning Bold Journey and Run Curtis Run. Then Franco came right back in the fourth race for Chad Brown, paying $7.80. Kendrick Carmouche came back in the sixth race for his second win for Todd Pletcher, paying $6.60. Santana came back for his second win for Linda Dixon in the seventh race, paying $6.70. And Kendrick Carmouche capped it off his third win of the day in the ninth race. That was Jerry J's pick on the show here. Lady Arwen rolled up the rail and won for Kendrick Carmouche's third win of the day, paying $13 even for that win, and Dick Dutrow Jr., the trainer there. Linkups did not finish second and third, but he got the solid win there with Lady Arwen. Eric Cancel won the last two races for his double. He won the 10th race for Mike Maselli at $4.90 and the 11th and final race for Linda Rice, paying $28.60. Nobody had the pick six at Belmont at Aqueduct yesterday. They got a carryover and a mandatory payoff today. 5 out of 6 paid $476.50. Laurel Park had 4 stakes races. The deputed testimony won by post time. Sheldon Russell for Brittany Russell, $2.20 there. And then in the Alma North Stakes, St. Benedict's Prep was the winner there for John Velasquez aboard that one for Linda Rice, paying $4.60. In the Prince George's County Stakes, the winner there, Wolfie's Dynaghost, Sheldon Russell's second win of the day for Jonathan Thomas, paying $14.20. And the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash was won by Sebragate Horatio Caramanos aboard for Jorge Doherty Jr., paying $5.40, outrunning Celtic Contender and Caramel Chip, who finished third. The defending champion, Dean Delivers, out of the money. Finally, at Monmouth Park, well, Paco Lopez had a mount in every race of the 9 races at Monmouth Park yesterday. He only won one race. That was it. It was Sammy Camacho was the riding start of the day. He won 3 races. The first race at $5 even. The second race at $11.40 and the fifth race at $4.40. But the featured race, the tail of the cat, went to Axel Concepcion as he rode Tom's Magic to win, paying $3.40 for Mike Stidham, outrunning Outrunner and Soleil Valland, who finished third. That's what happened yesterday. And now we have a lot that's going on today. Carryovers, mandatory payoffs, instant horse player holiday. We're going to get started with our handicappers. Jonathan Hardoon is with us. John Lendo is back as well. We've got selections from Jerry Jackowitz and Rich Eng. And, of course, Bob Mieszerski will be with us for Los Alamitos as well. And your racing menu comes up next. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Southern California Thoroughbred Racing Circuit is back at Los Alamitos Racecourse with 9 great days of racing starting on Friday, June 20th. The opening weekend will feature the $100,000 Bertrando Stakes. Plus, the summer meet will include the running of the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday, June 28th. We'll also have a holiday racing program on Friday, 4th of July. And our on-track handicapping contest will be on Saturday, June 28th. Daytime racing returns to Los Alamitos. Opening day is Friday, June 20th.
taking a look at the weather now here in Las Vegas. It's already 83 degrees outside, but we're going to get up to 105. We're going to get up to 105 today. And so make sure that you, make sure that I'm getting a feedback from something here. I think it's, no, it's one of our, okay, we're okay here now. We're okay. Got all that stuff feedback in there. Anyhow, we're going to be 105 degrees here today in Las Vegas, which means stay hydrated. Carry that water around, stay outside in limited amounts of time with the pets, the kids, and all that stuff. Check on the elderly because it's going to be hot outside here today, 105. It ain't going to be as hot as Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona is going to top off at 114 degrees. Wow. That's the hottest spot in the nation. As far as the racing centers, Miami 87, New York 92. It's going to be, New York is going to be kind of hot when it's 92 there. Chicago is going to be 92 as well. And then you got Southern California at 86 degrees. And again, we're going to be at 105 here. Always fast, firm, and perfect in our books. And you know that's where people are going to be because, hey, it's an instant horse player holiday, and they're going to be playing those mandatories, that's for sure. All right, time to get started with the racing menu for today. Reminding you, first post times are Pacific. So if you're listening to us here in the Pacific time zone or you're coming out here to the South Point, these will be the first post times rolling out in our book today. If you're listening anywhere else on all those other time zones that we're in around the world, just adjust the whatever time zone you're in to the Pacific time zone. Tweak it out so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. Okay, here we go. We begin with Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 10 races, and their first post time is at 9:10. 9:10 today at Laurel. Then we go to Belmont at Aqueduct. Now, Belmont at Aqueduct today, they say that it's going to be track is going to be fast, and turf courses are going to be firm. It is going to be partly cloudy with the top off at 87 degrees. The outer turf course will host races 2, 5, and 8. The inner turf course host races 1 and 9 on the 9-race card there at Belmont at Aqueduct. The feature race today is the John Henniger. That's the 8th race on the card, 6 furlongs on the outer turf for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. Scratch the 1, Golden Rocket at 9-2 on the morning line. The 8-5 favorite there is Loon Cry with Dylan Davis. First post time at Belmont Aqueduct with a carryover and a mandatory payoff of $45,779.61 to be exact. First post time at Belmont at Aqueduct today is at 9:40. Then we go to Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. Well, it's the big kahuna there. Now, Churchill Downs has 11 races today. They got 5 stakes races. The Bassford Manor for 2-year-olds at 6 furlongs is the 6th race on the card. This, of course, is a race that people are really looking at for next year's Kentucky Derby, maybe. You know, the Bassford Manor is the 6th race on the card. At the favorite at 5-2 on the rail is Spice Runner with Jose Ortiz. The debutante for the 2-year-old filly, same deal, looking ahead to the Kentucky Oaks for next year, is also at 6 furlongs. 9 go to the post there, and the favorite in that race, lukewarm at 3-1, is Essential Coffee breaking from the rail for Flavien Prat. The Hanshin Stakes at a mile for 4-year-olds and up is the 8th race on the card. That favorite at 9-5 is Saudi Crown. Banishing is the 2-1 close second choice in the 8-horse field before any scratches. The Anchorage is the 9th race on the card at a mile and 1/8 on the turf. In that race, the 8-5 favorite is Pin Up Betty in the field of 9. And the Maxfield is the 10th race. It's 7 furlongs for 3-year-olds. The Maxfield sees an overflow field of 13. In that race, that's a wide open event. And the morning line favorite there is 4-1. That's Flood Zone with Florent Guru. Now remember, these stakes races are part of that big Pick 6 carryover because the Pick 6 starts in the 6th race, the first of the 5 stakes races, the Bassford Manor. That's the start of the Pick 6. Jackpot carryover, take out the word jackpot because it goes today. $1,413,928 plus all of the money that's going to be pumped in today. First post time on closing day at Churchill Downs, and it's going to be a goodie, 9:45. Monmouth Park. They've got 9 races today, a couple of stakes races. They've got the Boiling Springs is the 7th on the turf for 3-year-old fillies. And the Mayfield is the 8th at 6 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies as well. 9 races today at Monmouth Park in a first post time of 9:50. 9:50 at Monmouth. Their pick 6 jackpot carryover, $35,151. Gulfstream Park is next. Gulfstream Park has 10 races. Their first post time is at 9:50. They have a mandatory payoff today of $112,839 in the pick 6 jackpot. It is also a mandatory payoff today at Gulfstream Park. First post time is at 9:50. Woodbine has 10 races today. Their first post time is 10:05. They've got a pick 6 jackpot carryover of $26,981, a super high 5 jackpot carryover of $49,930, and a first post time again for 10 races at 10:05. Canterbury Park has 7 races. Their first post time is 11 a.m. They've got a regular pick 5 carryover today at Canterbury Park of $28,842. First post time, 11 a.m. Hawthorne Racecourse has 8 races. Their first post time is at 12:40 at Hawthorne. Los Alamitos Thoroughbreds kicks in with 8 races today. A 1 o'clock post time there, 1 o'clock at Los Alamitos today for their thoroughbred meet. Then you have Emerald Downs. They've got 8 races at Emerald Downs today. First post time at Emerald Downs is set at 1:50. Prairie Meadows has 10 races. Prairie Meadows has 8 thoroughbred races and, 7 thoroughbred races, 3 quarter horses. I'll get it right. First 3 races are quarter horses, last 7 are thoroughbreds. That's 10 races at Prairie Meadows. First post time is at 2 p.m. Louisiana Downs, they got a first post time of 7 races at 2:05. And Los Alamitos, this evening, Los Alamitos, the evening quarter horse program, has 8 races, 2 thoroughbreds, 2 mixed breeds, 4 quarter horses. First post time is at 6 p.m. at Los Al. And they have a super high 5 carryover. No, that's in the daytime. I'm sorry. Okay, so their first post time is at 6 p.m. By the way, the daytime card does have a carryover in the super high 5. That's $11,821. That's the daytime Los Alamitos. By the way, the nighttime Los Alamitos card, they seed the pick 6 pot at 10 grand. So there's already 10 grand sitting there in their pick 6 for tonight. That's tonight's pick 6. All right, time to go out to Mr. Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning. Let's see if we can get Jonathan on board here.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Oh, we're doing fine, Jonathan. How are you?
Good. Congratulations to John Lindo. What a terrific, terrific day he had yesterday. So hopefully all the followers made some money.
Well, if they didn't, it's because they didn't show up here at the South Point, play the races here, and get a sheet for nothing. That's for sure. Today, however, and by the way, today, just for an FYI, today, of course, Lindo has his Lindo report for all the races at Los Alamitos, and he has another Lindo report for the pick 6. He's got a pick 6 suggestion for Churchill Downs today, a separate Lindo report as well. They're both right here at the South Point exclusively, only here in Las Vegas, and it's free of charge. All right, listen, we've got a pick 6 that has 5 stakes races on at Churchill Downs today. I'm not going to go over all 5 stakes races. It wouldn't be fair to you. But I will ask you this, because there are some races that you look at and you say, oh, my. Out of the 6 races in the pick 6 at Churchill Downs today, which one would you determine has the best of having a singleton in it for purposes of building a ticket?
Well, probably the Saudi Crown race because he looks pretty good. What race was that?
That's the 8th race. And by the way, but yeah. Banishing is a tough customer, isn't he?
Yeah, and Judge Miller, Mark Lout, we said it yesterday. Unfortunately, even though yesterday that horse ran very, very well, Dr. Beckman.
Yeah.
But mi hermano Romano looked like he was home. I mean, these horses just don't seem to run the same way outside of Southern California. But that horse ran super last time out. Not an easy race. And you're right, Banishing certainly tough in there, but Saudi Crown may have a pace advantage. But again, he's far from a lock, that's for sure. And I think it's a pretty difficult layout, to be honest with you, because even the first 2 legs were their stake races, but they're for 2-year-olds. They ran once, they ran twice. Who knows how good they are? Horses improve certainly dramatically in their second start or their third start, and you may see it today. So no easy pickings, that's for sure.
Well, now, Jonathan, I think the debutante will be the second in the sequence. but the Bashford Manor will be the first in the sequence with those 2-year-old
But that's not right.
for the 2-year-old stakes races. And sometimes the money, you'll see a horse become a favorite. The money might give you an indication of how good that horse is, but that's only if you wait for the Bashford Manor to put it in. You're not going to be able to do that in the debutante.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, one number horses, Ralph, they don't mean much. The Doug O'Neill horses ran well in California, but they're shipping to Churchill. They're wide open races. They really are.
Yeah, but the difference between Doug O'Neill and Glad is Doug O'Neill has been proven that he can ship and win,
Yes.
so we'll wait and see about there. All right, what's the most difficult then of all the races, do you think?
I think the 2-year-old races are very hard. I really do.
Oh, so those are the ones.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, here's what we got. The first, this before scratches, 7 horses, 9 horses, 8 horses, 9 horses, 13 entered, and then 15 are entered in the last race. So, but it's 20 cents away, and people will be putting in something to try to get lucky and hit that thing today.
You have to get involved, Ralph. There's going to be a lot of money in that pool. I would say close to $4 million. Maybe I'm wrong, but they're going to send it in, and you don't get many opportunities like that. The money's sitting there, so you might as well take advantage of it.
All right. Well, I know that you do have a sheet for Churchill Downs. I want to remind everybody they get it at Jonathan's website. And you do have a pick for us in the Churchill Downs races, and it happens to be in that last race.
Well, I wanted to give everybody, a chance in this pick 6, and I love a horse in the last race today, Ralph. Number 4, Mazerat. This is an improving horse, getting better with each start. The last race that this horse ran, and a couple of horses came out of that race and have run very, very well. She also gets a rider switch today to Irad Ortiz. She's listed at 7-2 on the morning line, but I could tell you I will be singling number 4, Mazerat, in today's 11th and final out at Churchill Downs.
All righty. In a field right now that has just the 15-horse scratched out of it. In the 11th race there, bulky field on the turf. You're going to need a trip as well, but you like number 4, Mazerat, the 4, with Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard to win the last race at Churchill Downs and get the money in the 11th race, the 4. All right, we'll take your other picks, and then we'll let you go.
Okay, let's go to Belmont at Aqueduct. Their 9th and final race today, a terrific betting race here, Ralph. Number 4, American Grant, 5-year-old gelding for the Bruce Brown barn. Ricardo Santana aboard to ride. And since this guy moved to New York, he's been really moving horses up. This horse is listed at a ridiculous 10-1 on the morning line. He's a lot better than that. Number 4, American Grant, wins today's 9th and final. And like you said, mandatory payout today at Belmont at Aqueduct. Might as well include him. He's 10-1 on the morning line.
All right, the 9th race, number 4, American Grant. American Grant, the 4-horse in the 9th at Belmont at Aqueduct at a nice juicy 10-1 on the morning line. And we'll wrap it up with Los Alamitos.
No, we won't.
Oh, we won't? We're going to go
to Gulfstream, Ralph. There's a mandatory payout there, and I had a couple of requests, so I handicapped that card.
Okay.
And the 10th and final, I think number 1, Battle Call, Luca Panici for Jose Gallegos, 9-2 on the morning line. This horse should work out a great trip from the rail. I like number 1, Battle Call, to win today's 10th and final out at Gulfstream Park.
All right, the 10th and final race today at Gulfstream Park with a mandatory payoff there as well. Number 1, Battle Call. Number 1, Battle Call is your play, the 1 and the 10th at Gulfstream. But you do have a sheet for Los Alamitos as well. So you got sheets for Los Al, Belmont at Aqueduct, Churchill, and Gulfstream?
All 4 tracks, Ralph.
Woo.
Wanted to help the players out today with the mandatory at Gulfstream, so why not?
All right, you got it, my man. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
Yeah, you did a great job over the weekend, Jonathan. Thank you so much for your input. All right, we're running kind of over on time, so we're going to blow off a commercial right now and go right to Bob Mieszerski standing by for Los Alamitos. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, my man. So when are you guys going to rename that Derby of yours the Baffert Derby?
We might as well, huh? The way it's gone, nine in a row and 10 out of the 10 times since we started here in 2014. So yeah, it's certainly his race, and that was an impressive performance by Nevada Beach yesterday.
Now, that the Los Alamitos Derby was renamed for another race, And if you take into account that other race that was the previous name before the Los Al Derby, he's won this particular fixture 15 times.
That is correct. It used to be the Swap Stakes at Hollywood Park, and that was run at Hollywood Park from 74 until 2013. And as you said, he won it 5 times. He did that in a period of like 13 or 14 years from like 2000 on. He had 5 winners in the swap. So, yeah, he's just dominated this race. It's been very, very good to him.
Looked like an afternoon workout for his horses yesterday. Of course, that horse might, I heard Baffert afterwards in an interview. He was talking around like maybe he'd send that horse to the Travers at Saratoga.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. We did the post-race interview yesterday, and he mentioned that that's a possibility. He's very high on this horse. And, it's back in 2017, West Coast won the Los Al Derby, and then he went on and won the Travers in an upset. 6 weeks later, he went what gate to wire that day. So maybe this horse can do the same thing. Who knows? He's not journalism or sovereignty yet, but who knows? He has the potential to be a very nice horse.
Yeah, I think journalism is just taking a little bit of a break in Southern California right now. But sovereignty, I understand. Sovereignty, I understand, went back to the track. He trained on the Oklahoma training track at Saratoga the other day, so he's getting back into the groove as well as we make our way to the summertime racing. At the end of the summertime, anyhow. And talking about the end of a meet, now you wrap up today for this week, but you have one more week to go at your thoroughbred meet, right?
Yeah, we have 3 more days. After today, we'll come back on Friday, and then next Saturday is our big race of the meet, the Grade 2 Great Lady M, a $200,000 race, and we expect to have Copion in there, who's been on fire this year. She's won 3 races, including a Grade 1 on the Derby undercard. The Derby Distaff, the Derby City Distaff. We have a Sweet Azteca, who's the defending champion in the race and set the track record for 6.5 furlongs. So those 2 are anticipated to run, and I think we have a few other nice fillies that could show up in there. So I think we could have at least 6 or 7 in that race. And like I said, it's a Grade 2, 6.5 furlongs.
All right, and that Friday, 4th of July, and then Saturday and Sunday wrap up next week. But we got one more card to do today. Where are we going with the pick?
I'm going to go to the 7th race. I like the outside horse, Sugar High. I know she's 9 to 5 in the morning line, but I don't think she's going to be that short. I think she might drift up. I thought she was ridden kind of passively last time in her comeback race, her first for Phil D'Amato. She switches to Ayuso today, who's a more aggressive rider. He won 2 races yesterday, so I think she's going to get a good trip, stalking the horse drawn on the inside, Mirinda, and hopefully she can outfinish her. So number 8 in race 7, Sugar High.
All right, you got it. Thanks a lot, Bob. We will talk to you on the 4th.
Sounds good, Ralph. Take care.
All right, you got it, my man. Thanks a lot. All right, we're going to go to our only break on the show because we're really backed up. So we're going to go to our break, and then we'll come back and get to Rich Ang's selections, Jerry Jack's selections, and wrap it up with John Lindo. Don't go away.
Here we are in Houston, opening up our first veteran village. This beautiful building that's going to house 161 homeless veterans. Any veteran that risks their lives and they're struggling with PTSD, mental illness, addiction. We're also building what I call comfort homes, 500 square foot homes. These are for older homeless veterans, so they have their own space and give them back some of their dignity, some of their independence, and most certainly give them back their life. Go to T2T.org to learn how you can change a veteran's life forever.
If you're celebrating a special occasion or just love fine dining, you're in the right place. Come experience the crown jewel of South Point restaurants, Michael's Gourmet Room.
Welcome.
With over 600 different types of wines and magnificent dishes prepared tableside, you'll revel in the rich classic Vegas decor and the best black tie service in the world. This intimate gourmet room has earned accolades galore. Come to Michael's Gourmet Room for an unforgettable dining experience. Another famous restaurant is the Silverado Steakhouse, where you'll find the charm and service that discerning patrons require. From top quality steaks and chops to fresh seafood and desserts, you'll love the award-winning wine list and menu at Silverado Steakhouse. Steak lovers have even more options with primarily prime rib. Catering to hearty appetites, the menu features a variety of flavorful prime rib cuts, dry-aged to ensure tenderness, and then seasoned and slowly roasted. Although prime rib is our specialty, it's not the only thing on the menu. There's something for everyone.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Let's get you some picks from the handicappers who are not with us today. We'll start out with Rich Eng. Now, remember, Rich Eng, he has a full sheet for Los Alamitos Thoroughbred today. It's on the racedaylasvegas.com website. You get Richie's picks at the racedaylasvegas.com websites for Los Alamitos. But he gives a Churchill Downs pick for you on the show, as he did yesterday. So today, Richie comes in the sixth race. This is the Bashford Manor that race for 2-year-olds, the Bashford Manor. He likes number 7, Password. Number 7, Password. At 7-2 with Flavian Pratt is Rich Eng's play in the 6th race at Churchill for the race day listeners. And again, remember that he has a full sheet for Los Alamitos today on the website. All right, let's go to Jerry J's plays now. Jerry J, Belmont at Aqueduct. At Belmont at Aqueduct today, and this is, of course, me trying to interpret his symbols and selections there. So in the 7th race, Jerry has a star horse on a top-rated horse as well. In the 7th race, number 9, Tetsu. Number 9, Tetsu at 8-1 on the morning line. We'll key that horse. The 9 is the win bet in the 7th race. The link-ups will be numbers 6, 7, 10, and 11. 6, 7, 10, and 11 are the link-ups. The 9 is the key. And don't forget to reverse with the link-ups. And then at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred, we'll go in the 3rd race for Jerry J's pick. In the 3rd race, Jerry J has a star horse on number 2, She's Just Fluffy. Armando Ayuso aboard there. Nice 6-1 on the morning line. So we're going to take the 2, She's Just Fluffy, in the 3rd race as the win bet. The link-ups will be 3, 4, and 5, and reverse. The 2 is the key there. Jerry J's Power Pages for Los Alamitos Thoroughbred, and, of course, for Belmont at Aqueduct, available at his websites, jerryjpowerpage.com. Now we'll talk. Now we'll go to the guy, the man of the hour, Mr. John Lendo. Good morning, my man.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine with you, buddy. I mean, you gave us 2 winners on the show yesterday, and both of your sheets, your suggested pick 4s in the late races, won Churchill Downs $1,100. And, of course, at Los Alamitos, $175, which wasn't bad for those priced horses.
No, and that Churchill Downs, she was a pick 5, not a pick 4.
I'm sorry, pick 5. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I paid $11.86 or whatever it was. And, yeah, no, well, the results were good. I thought that was an overlay in the payoff at Churchill Downs, so we'll take that and move forward and try and do it again today.
All right. Now, I got to remind everybody out there, if you didn't come to South Point yesterday and get his sheets, you missed out on making money. Make sure you're here today because his sheets are here for Los Alamitos, a complete sheet there. And for Churchill Downs, you're covering the pick 6 at Churchill Downs today, right?
You have to. That's the bet everybody's going to be looking at. So I'm like everybody else. I'm going to play. So I put together a suggested ticket in that 20-cent Rainbow 6. There's $1.4 million that's not my money. I'd like to take a little part of it home.
Well, and there's plenty of other money that's going to be in there. You will only have a fraction of what you're exposed to. That's for sure, and that's why it's an instant horse player holiday today. Well, any thoughts about what happened yesterday at Churchill Downs?
Well, mind frame was good, and I think he got 103 buyer speed figure, but he ran straight, stayed out of trouble. Same thing for Torpedo Anna. She got the trip she needed, didn't get into traffic. And when she was sitting out in the clear in second, she won. The time was not impressive for Torpedo Anna, but I think they got what they needed out of that race. And we'll see if she can step forward. She's not as fast this year as she was last year, but that race ought to help her confidence quite a bit.
And, of course, some of the other races there, have horses that will certainly be forward for the rest of the year and on to the Breeders' Cup. I thought the most impressive race of the day, though, didn't happen at Churchill Downs. It really happened at Woodbine Racecourse, where O'Houlihan actually suffered an injury in the race but kept on going and won it.
Yeah, he was all over the place in that race. He's just all heart. He got the job done. Unfortunately, he had some type of soft tissue injury in the race, and I hope he's okay. You see a horse's desire and heart like that, and obviously overcoming adversity to win. Pretty special horse.
And John, going back to Churchill Downs, when you put together that pick 5 that paid $1,100, you put a lot of pressure on a singleton that happened in the Wise Dan with Brilliant Birdie. But, man, no matter what the complexion of the race is, this horse shows up with that closing kick all the time, doesn't he?
Well, he was a fish out of water in the race before when he ended up on the lead. That's not where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I was just hoping they would get him off the pace. And Brian Hernandez got him off the lead yesterday when he was sitting in mid-pack. And he absolutely loves the Churchill Downs turf. He's a horse I would probably take a stand against when they leave Churchill. But when he's there at Churchill Downs on that grass course, any kind of trip, and he's going to beat you. So, again, a horse for a course. You watch trips and you make your notes, and obviously the connections learn the same thing. Whatever you do, don't put him on the lead, and that's what they did yesterday.
And, of course, a very impressive win by Lush Lips in the Tepin Stakes on the grass as well.
She's getting better and better. I was kind of wondering how far she's going to run, but the way she ran through the wire yesterday, she'll probably go a little bit further, too. She used to be a little speed crazy, but not anymore.
Now, John, I asked Jonathan the same thing I'm going to ask you. Obviously, you have your sheet here that maps out a pick 6 that they can see readily here at the South Point free of charge if they come down and play it and bet it right here. But for the purposes of the people on the watching us from around the world, I asked Jonathan the same thing I'm going to ask you. Of the 6 races today at Churchill Downs, what race do you think might have the best possibility of getting a singleton out of, since a lot of people have limited bankrolls?
For me, the most logical single comes in the Anchorage Stakes. That's race number 9. Pin-Up Betty basically beat the same type of field in the Grade 3 Mint Julep earlier in the meet. The only thing that worries me, she comes from off the pace. There isn't a ton of speed in here, so she's going to have to work out a trip, and that makes it a little bit dicey. But it's not a great field, and if she runs back to her last race, she should win again. If you're, cutting a ticket down, I would probably take a stand with Pin-Up Betty that she can come back and win again in the Anchorage.
And, of course, on the other side of that coin, which do you think is the most difficult of the races today?
The debutante, the 7th race on the card, these 2-year-old fillies, they're coming from all over the place, different kinds of races. It's really hard to kind of line them all up and decide, is anybody really better? I know I'm spread pretty deep in that race in this Derby City 6. I just don't have any confidence that one of these fillies is better than the others.
All right, and you and Jonathan kind of share that thought that even though the other races towards the end might have bigger fields, you think that the 2-year-olds with their limited past performances are the tough races. Okay, we need to get 2 picks in a minute. We'll stay at Churchill Downs. Where are we going there?
We'll go to that Bashford Manor, the start of that Derby City 6. This is a 2-year-old race, and I like the same horse quite a bit that Rich Yang picked, number 7 Password. Got absolutely squeezed back to last in the start. Came home, really finished well and galloped out well. That was a maiden race, so this is a maiden in a stakes race. Goes from the rail to the outside. Flavien Prat stays with this horse. I think he'll show more tactical speed with a clean break, and he'll love the 6 furlongs. So 7-2 on the morning line, a very fair price. Good gambling number 7 Password, race 6 at Churchill Downs. 6th race, the beginning of that pick 6. You like the 7 Password, the 7 in the 6th race. John Lendo's pick for the race day listeners. Good housekeeping seal of approval for handicappers. We got John Lendo and Rich Yang landing on the same horse in the race at Churchill. And we'll wrap it up with Los Alamitos Thoroughbred. Los Alamitos, let's go to race number 5 today. Trainer Steve Miotti does not work horses fast in the morning. And Mystic Moses, number 3, showed a lot of gate speed, working 47 flat in the final prep for this race. That is not his style. This horse did it on his own. I think if he breaks, he's going to clear this field. And based on what the pattern is of this barn, this horse has a lot more speed than you're used to seeing. So expect number 3, Mystic Moses, at 3-1 to come out running. Race number 5 today at Los Alamitos. All
right, the 5th race, the anchor in the pick 5 today at Los Alamitos, number 3 in the 5th race at Los Al. Don't forget, Lindo reports here at the South Point today for this Instant Horse Player holiday, and it's free of charge. Last thing to say it, John.
Have a great race day, everybody.